ministry and appreciate your heart.
Well, thank you for having me. It's always an honor to be back with friends. That's for sure.
Absolutely, buddy. Mark, look, somebody would have to have their head dug about 16 miles into the sand not to know that the biggest story in America right now is one Brett Kavanaugh and this horrible attack that him and his family is going through. I witnessed yesterday this whole ordeal with this Blasey Ford and the accusation that's come forth from not only her, but there's been three other women. One's anonymous, but watching him yesterday, it was amazing the transformation that took place from the Monday night interview he did with Martha McCallum till that speech. And I'll just share this with you and I'll give it to you. I was actually standing in front of my television when it happened, and I felt I can't describe it any other way, but I just felt a blanket of God's presence come over me, and my heart became real soft, started weeping. Weeping got so bad, I went down to my knees first, and I stood in front of that television, and I just started praying in the Spirit over him. And this was even before he started speaking. And when he opened his mouth and those words came out, I'm telling you, man, God was anointing Brett Kavanaugh yesterday. Something was going on in that speech, because I literally wound up prostrate on the floor in front of my TV praying for him. And I watched his wife, and I watched the quivering lips, and I listened to his story about his girls. And it just, before he even started crying, I was already crying to God for him. And I think that was a lot of Christians, because we've had a lot of people tell us today in the last 24 hours they were feeling the same thing about the same time. There was something divine going on, but there's also something demonic going on, Mark, and it's an attack on the truth in this nation, and both prophetically and politically. And I want you to speak to that, buddy, because you're going under it right now. And look, these things are real. This is a spiritual war. Christians, you better buckle up, and you better get your spiritual warfare gear on, because this is not going to be a fight we're going to win in the natural.
Right. And, one of the things that you're seeing going on with Brett Kavanaugh right now is they want to mask and disguise this, that it's about Roe versus Wade. We talked about this on the last show, how Hillary Clinton tweeted out, hey, they're going to gut Roe versus Wade. They're trying to stir the population up into thinking that that's what this is about. This has nothing to do with Roe versus Wade right now. This has everything to do with military tribunals, them being charged with treason and going to prison for the rest of their life, and some being executed. That's just the bottom line, period. I don't know how else to do it. There was a prophetic sign that was given. And this is new since I was on your program last. A prophetic sign, huge sign, September 14th. And God's been speaking a lot to me through racehorses, through the Triple Crown. I prophesied there was another Triple Crown winner coming when it did, June 6th, 2016, I believe it was,
right,
on D-Day. So God's been speaking a lot through this. The racehorse named Barack Obama was euthanized.
Oh, my goodness.
That is probably the biggest prophetic sign that you could have of God saying this man is going to go down, period. That's the bottom line. You can get mad at me all you want to, but, God's the messenger here. He's the one sending the message. People don't think that this stuff's real or it's going to happen. It is going to happen. This is real. And justice is not coming. It's here, period. And it's taking place on the earth. This whole thing with Kavanaugh is all about trying to stop the military tribunals, guys. Don't buy into the lie that this is about Roe versus Wade. Is it about Roe versus Wade a little bit? Yeah, a little bit it is, but not as much as it's going to be in the days ahead when the next judges come into play. So this is all about rounding these people up, charging them with treason, and they know that basically their head's going to be in a noose, literally, period, bar none. And that's what they're trying to stop. So they're trying to get the demonic agitators, if you will. These spirits are trying to get them in an agitated froth, and that's what you're seeing take place on national television. And they're saying it's about Roe versus Wade. No, this is all about them trying to save their own life. Is what this is about. Now, I tweeted out, and I want to read this because I think this is pertinent. If you don't mind, brother. I tweeted out a day ago. I said there is a huge move to discredit those who stand for truth. The accusing spirit, as seen with Kavanaugh, is paralleling with the prophetic. The accuser does not want the truth because it sets people free. He/she, Jezebel, wants control. The victory is ours. Now, what God is saying here, is that this accusing spirit that you're seeing with Kavanaugh is also taking place in the church. It's also taking place in the evangelicals. They do not want the prophetic voice that tells the truth to come forth and to expose things. They want to hear these fluffy little messages that it's all about the money, it's about the wealth. I see cars in your future, man. They don't want to hear the fact that they're in error. They don't want to hear the fact that you have to make a change, because they are so scared of losing their man-made kingdom that they're going to come after whoever it is revealing the truth. I know I'm experiencing on a daily basis right now. Betrayal, deception, backstabbing is at an all-time high right now. Why? Because there is a separation that's taking place right now, a further sifting, if you will, of the true congregation of God, and you will see the false church in one spot, and you will see the true congregation, the army of God, in another. This is what this is all about. God is going to further sift his people. He's not coming back for a church, brother. He's coming back for a pure, spotless bride.
That's right, Mark.
That's the bottom line. So you're seeing this accusing spirit raise its ugly head right now against anyone who will stand for the truth. So if you are a listener out there, I want to encourage you, stand with courage. You have to have the boldness and the courage to stand for righteousness and stand for the truth, because you're going to get accused. There's nothing you can do about it. The enemy is going to try and throw everything he can at you. His time is short. His time's up. The time is up for those who are corrupt. Time is up for the enemy. He knows it, and he's doing everything he can. He's pulling out every weapon of his arsenal right now to try and stop this move that God is doing, and it's not going to work. Everybody wants to blame Donald Trump. This is his agenda. This and it. No, it's not, folks.
Right, bro.
This is heaven's agenda, and he has chosen this man, Donald Trump, to help implement this agenda, and nothing will stop this move that God is doing right now.
Absolutely. Mark, when you're speaking about this move and this accusing spirit, let me tell you something.